Hi, welcome to Tea with D, where we're drinking in some big life truths along with some tea that's really cold brew, but maybe even wine because this is a judgment-free zone, my friends. I'm Dr. D. Franey, and I am a Limitless Life Coach with my Yes Life, and I've been helping people for almost 6 years now to create a life without limits, to get rid of the garbage can thoughts that are rolling around in their big, beautiful brains and holding them back from owning their inner awesome and fulfilling their potential and living their best yes life. I am super stoked to talk to you today. We're going to talk about simple, not easy. Our brains love to lie to us and make the solution to our problems much more challenging, difficult, expensive, elusive than they really are. And I see this all the time working with my clients. They have this, like, whatever it is that has been getting in their way for sometimes for years, even decades, and that like their mind has got them worked up in this belief that it's going to be so hard and it's going to take, all those different lies, right? But usually, and 9 times out of 10 working with my clients, the problem is actually very simple. I'm not saying it's easy. There is a difference between easy and simple, but it's not as complicated as our big, beautiful brains like us to believe, right? We have been brainwashed to believe that consumerism is the answer to our problems. Go buy this thing and it'll make you feel better. Get the bigger house, go for the nicer car, take the fancy vacation, keep keeping up with the Kardashians and the Joneses, right? Like, keep striving for more, spend, go to Target, spend that $150, maybe you'll feel better, right? Retail therapy, even pampering. We've been lied to and told that pampering is self-care. It's all just consumerism. We've been trained to believe that crap outside of us is going to fix an internal problem. The problem is never the problem. The problem is how you're thinking about life and what's going on in life. And until we work on the beliefs and the thoughts and the things that are going on in that big, beautiful brain, you are going to have a hard time fixing things. You're going to be chasing external solutions to internal problems. Hi, Jennifer. I love you. So here's the deal. All the advertising and marketing out there is really just pulling on your emotional triggers for wanting to be more fulfilled and to be successful and to be a good parent and to feel love or worthiness, or even it's pulling on your fears too, all the things that you feel like inadequate about. All of the like marketing messages are pulling on your deepest emotional things. And you're being told that whatever they're selling is what's going to fix that problem. So of course we go run to the store and spend more money and try to find these things that make us feel better, or go and pamper ourselves. And guess what? It doesn't last, right? Like that trip to Target and buying the new things that you didn't really need was fun in the moment. And then you get home and you're like, I can't really afford that. I shouldn't have spent that money. And then guess what? You feel like crap because you spent money you shouldn't have. And then it creates this like awesome vicious cycle where you just keep buying more crap to feel better, or striving for the newer car or the bigger house or the next thing to keep up with the Kardashians and the Joneses. And it never works because it's not outside of you. There is so much research that shows that happiness is not correlated with money. Once you make basic subsistence level, so basically once you're making poverty level, which is I think $18,000 a year in the United States, there is no correlation between money and happiness. If you can't make basic subsistence level, then yes, you're probably not happy because you're like really worried about how you're going to eat. keeping a roof over your head, those types of things, right? But once you have surpassed the poverty line, there's nothing that indicates that you will be more happy. And this has been a study that's been replicated in every country and every culture. It's not just something that happens here in the United States. So we just have this idea that, like, if we buy more things, if we make more money, then we're going to do better. We're going to feel better. All of our problems will go away. And there's been other research that shows that most people, if they just made $10,000 to $20,000 more, then that's how much they think they need to be happier, which is really funny, because once you get to that next level in income, you're like, they call it the hedonistic treadmill. You start to get used to that new level at 10 to 20,000 more, and then it becomes not enough. And you have to keep making more so that you can keep buying more things, so that you can keep chasing feeling better, because of the big fat lie that consumerism has been brainwashing us to believe. And so what's the answer? The answer is more money, more problems, right, Jen? So true. And new level, new devil, right? Because then you're like in the next social echelon where there's different expectations of, what shoes you should be wearing, and they're $500 a pair, $1,500 a pair, sometimes even more than that. I'm not shopping at that level yet. So the answer to feeling better, the answer to having a better life, the answer to feeling good, to having fulfilling relationships, to wanting to get out of bed, to being excited to get out of bed, to, not wanting to drink your face off, to avoid your problems or get stuck scrolling on Facebook endlessly. The answer is simple, but not easy. I would love to stick with my flip-flops too, Jennifer. But it's kind of necessary when you live in Phoenix, right? So you need to check in with yourself. That's it. Like, do the work. Stop chasing from the thing, like running away from the thing that's inside of you that you're trying to avoid, distract yourself from. The thing that feels too scary to work on, that feels like it's going to be too painful, too much work, that you don't have time for it. I love that excuse. I don't have time for it, right? But then you just keep running and running and running away from this problem, trying to fix it with external things. It's simple. You just need to look inward. You need to check in with yourself. You need to figure out what it is that you truly want, and then we can start working on that thing. I like to talk about, like, we kind of like take all this emotional garbage, and instead of dealing with it, we kind of put it in this like satchel, and they're kind of like little emotional stowaways, like all that emotional baggage, and we keep trying to go, and it gets harder and harder and more exhausting, and we start to have maybe some physical symptoms. We have more stress. Our fuse is like goes from like a normal fuse to like none at all. And these are just some of the symptoms of that. But like when you're not dealing with all that stuff, eventually it will weigh you down and sink the ship. And meanwhile, your survival brain's like, don't work on it, don't work on it, don't work on it. It's going to be too hard. So don't worry, you're not the only one who does this. Welcome to the human race. You have a brain. You have a brain that is like in an interesting point of evolution where, what helped us survive and get to this point in time is totally backfiring in this modern world where there are no major threats. And so investing in yourself, investing in your mental health, investing in your mental excellence, investing in your brain, investing in getting rid of the limiting beliefs, the garbage that's floating around in there, the self-doubt, the insecurities, investing in that is the simple answer. It's not easy, because guess what? If you got to work through the crap, we got to wade through it. But I will tell you, pretty much every client who I've helped work through the thing that they thought was too big and too hard to work through, we get on the other side of it and they're like, wait, that's it? Hey, Lay. Hey, Jen. Thanks for jumping in. It, like, for reals, like, That's it. That's all I had to do to get through that thing that's been like following me around for 30 years. The swim through shit. Totally right, Lay. You did it. You swam through the shit with me. And I remember you saying, you're like, that's it, right? The actual moment of swimming through the shit versus the 30 plus years of running away from it, I gotta tell you, so much easier, right? But your big, beautiful brain is like, don't do it, don't do it. It's so hard. You're gonna die, right? Your fight or flight is like totally activated when you think about dealing with the thing that's hard. It's simple to fix. It's not easy. It means you have to do the work. You have to look inward. You have to be able to hold space and love on yourself. But it is so worth it. Lay says, it sucked for 30 seconds and then, oh, hi, life. And how different is your life now because you decided to sit with it and hold space for that pain and the thing that was hard. It's a beautiful gift you can give to yourself. And it's a more fulfilling gift than any of the crap that you can buy with money. The stuff that is just a big fat lie fed to you by marketers to make you believe that that's what's going to make you feel better. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Limitless Life Truth for today. Thanks for joining me for T with D. If this resonated, if you're like ready to hold some space for the thing that's hard, if you're ready to go for the simple but not easy answer to feeling good more consistently, to having more excitement in life, to creating your own yes life, there's a link. You can book a free mini session. We can chat about what the root of your problem is, maybe come up with a few simple steps that you could immediately apply and determine, hey, maybe whether or not it would be a good fit for us to work together. I love helping people push through that garbage. And if you're not ready to talk to me, I get it. There is also a link for the 7-day reboot. It's a free coaching experience. You get a lovely email from me each day that's got a video and a worksheet that you can do to help you create a life without limits. Have a wonderful week, my friends. Thanks for joining me. Ciao, ciao.